Today I want to jump right in and show you a little bit about this resort. It's Sonesta Ocean Point in St. Maarten, where we spent 4 beautiful nights in August of 2025. It's an adults-only, all-inclusive resort located just minutes from the SXM airport. And it's essentially a resort within a resort, which means that you have full access to the family resort directly next door, Sonesta Maho Beach. You can go over there at your leisure if you would like to. You can use their pools, go down their fun water slides, dine at their restaurants, use their bars, go to their casino and their coffee shop. Now, adults staying at the family resort do not have access to the Ocean Point resort, but Ocean Point guests do have full access over onto the family side. And when I say you're minutes from the airport, I mean minutes like 2 minutes. It is so close. Here's the resort, there's the airport runway. It is such a short drive, and you get to watch the planes land all day long. And people will ask, is it loud? I mean, sure, maybe for 20 or 30 seconds if a big plane is coming in, but it's so fun to watch these big planes take off and land. Now let's back up a little bit and start from the beginning. When you first arrive, your taxi or your shuttle is going to drop you off at the family resort. At the family resort, there's a little section for Ocean Point guests, and you're going to wait there until your shuttle driver arrives. And then the shuttle driver is going to bring you around, kind of point out some sights, so you have a little bit of an idea of where things are located. And you'll be dropped off at the Ocean Point lobby. So there is a lobby for the family section and also for the adult section. And then you'll be greeted with a nice ocean blue cocktail to get your vacation started. Let's talk about the rooms for a minute. There are 130 suites here, so I would definitely categorize this as a boutique resort. There are junior suites, 1-bedroom suites, swim-out suites, rooftop suites, penthouse suites, butler suites, and this is the view from the entry-level junior suite, so you definitely won't feel like a second-class citizen even if you pick the least expensive room option at this resort. And all rooms are going to have mini bars that are restocked daily and nice molten brown toiletries. If you book a regular swim-out suite, this is where your room would be located. All the swim-out suites are located behind the point pool, and only those staying in the swim-out rooms are able to access the little pools here. Now, if you booked one of the 4 sunset swim-out butler suites, those are located at the edge pool. This is the point pool, and I would call this the activity pool because they would do water aerobics here, and some days there would be DJ or live music. There's also a bar here and a server that will come around and get you drinks. Next up is the edge pool, and I would call this sort of the quiet pool. Now, it really is going to depend on who is at this pool to determine how lively it's going to be, but there is not a bar here, so I think that makes it a little quieter. However, there are 2 restaurants right there with bars, so there are servers that come around to keep you hydrated. These are the 4 sunset butler suites that I was talking about earlier. So if you know that you want to be in this area, I would book these ASAP because they do sell out super fast. And last but not least is this seascape pool, and this is a newer addition and it features a swim-up bar. I never did see drink servers at this pool, however, I just don't feel like it was necessary since you have the swim-up bar, and then if you don't want to get wet, there's a window on the deck that you can order drinks at. One thing that can make or break a resort for me is the food. So let's talk about the restaurants. This is Azul. This is one of 3 restaurants that they have here at Ocean Point. And if you're thinking 3 restaurants is definitely not enough, just hold that thought for a second because I'll admit I had the same thought. However, at Azul, the menu changes every day. So breakfast has an a la carte menu that's the same every day, and there's also a breakfast buffet that you can partake in. And then for lunch and dinner, those menus change every day. So I promise you that even if you ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Azul, you truly would not get bored. The menu had so much variety, the food was so good, and the views just truly cannot be beat. And you can just watch the planes come in. We had so many lunches watching the planes come in, and it really just added to the ambiance. There's not very many places that you can go to and watch big planes land while you eat. The next restaurant is Bluefin, and it's located right above the Azul restaurant. They do have more limited hours. They're open a few days a week for what they call light bites, and they offer things like nachos, hot dogs, hamburgers, french fries, chicken wings, just a little snack in between lunch and dinner. They also are open a few nights a week for healthy poke bowls. And you can come up here when the bar is open to catch the sunset or just take in this gorgeous, gorgeous view. And lastly, here's Portofino, the Italian restaurant open for dinner. The availability here did rotate, so typically if Bluefin was open for dinner, then Portofino was closed. If I could recommend one thing on the menu here, you must try the creme brulee. It was so delicious, and this restaurant was so beautifully decorated at night. Don't skip it. And of course, you have all the options on the family side available to you as well. We loved the Napoli Pizzeria. This was a great spot for lunch or a late night snack. Since I'm talking about the family side, I do want to take a second to show you how fast you can get there from the adult side. So depending on how fast you walk, I would say it's anywhere from 2 minutes to 5 minutes. And then here is the little casino that's on the family side. There's a bar in here as well. Right across the street, there is a much larger casino. It still has slot machines. They have table games, poker, blackjack, things like that. I have no footage from in there because you can't film inside there, but just know you do have access to that as well. And as we walk out the family lobby, we're going to go up these steps and up the escalator, and we're going to have access to 2 more restaurants on the family side. I know that seems so strange because we're technically leaving the resort, but we're not really. So this is one of the family restaurants, and then down the hallway is another restaurant. It's kind of like a restaurant and bar. It's called the Village Tavern. However, up first is this kitten rescue and adoption center. You can go in here and you could play with the cats, and you can also adopt them and take them home. I, as a cat lover myself, would love if you would do that because I need all the baby cats to have a home. And then here's the Village Tavern. I thought this place was really cool. So they have a full bar, they have a menu. Sometimes it's just light bites and sometimes it's a full menu. They also did live music in here. If you didn't know that this was here, you totally could miss it. Now we'll go back down the escalator and head over to the Casino Royale. Now, I don't gamble at all, so I really don't have too much information. However, I do know that they're open from 1 p.m. until 3 a.m. daily. We did go in there. It was pretty big. Like I said, they had lots of table games and lots of slots. So if you are a gambler, I think you would probably like it in there a lot. They do also have live music in there sometimes. And then on this street, there's other bars, restaurants, and shopping that you can go explore, not affiliated with the resort, but you would probably feel very safe walking about this little strip called Maho Village. And then right across the street right there is the resort. So hopefully you have a good general idea of where things are located. It's all very compact. Next up, let's talk about the beautiful beach. The resort is perched above the famous Maho Beach. Maho Beach is where you see all of those famous plane landing videos where people are underneath the plane. That's right here. So this is a public beach, which means that the resort does not own it. The resort does not have any chairs or umbrellas for you to use. Now, you can come down to the beach, you can plop your towel down and come here for free, or you can buy chairs and an umbrella from a beach vendor, and that's going to run you about $20 or $30. Now, what the family resort does have is they have this nice little sandy area here with all the beach chairs and umbrellas that you can use. This is situated above the beach. So if you don't mind claiming your spot here, and then when you just want to get into the water, you just walk down, this is a totally free area that is perfect for you to use. I'm going to end this video by showing you that they do in fact have a fitness center. It's not super big, but we found it to be very well equipped. They do also have a convention center, so if you're looking to have a wedding or have a meeting here, there is definitely enough space for that. And of course, there is Wi-Fi throughout the resort. It is 2025 after all. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and leave them down below. If you'd like to book this resort using a travel agent, I would love to help you. You can reach out to me on my website at memoriesandmojitos.com. Coming up soon will be vlogs from this resort, so you can dig in a little deeper and see if this will be the right spot for you in St. Maarten. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in another video soon. Bye. In case you were wondering how clear the water was. Look at this. Crystal clear.